Sequel, The Phantom Menace, doesn't come out here until July, but hundreds of British fans who aren't prepared to wait are already on their way to the States.
The critics may have only given The Phantom Menace lukewarm reviews, but that's not stopping thousands of Star Wars addicts doing battle around the clock to get seats for the first showings of George Lucas's special effects bonanza. 3 British fans are so determined to see the film, they're combining their student grants, savings and overdrafts to fly themselves to New York in the desperate hope of getting a ticket.
Well, I remember when The Empire Strikes Back came out, and there were a few twists and turns in that, which were actually ruined for me by people who got there before I did, or they'd read the books first and what have you. And so when Jedi came out, I made absolutely certain that I was there on the first performance, and that was half the fun of it, being there first.
It's just with the waiting from Jedi, you know, after Return of the Jedi, I expected and wanted so much more. I say there's only so many times you can watch the videos, but, you know, you just want more.
More is what they all want, and American fans have been queuing for months to make sure they're going to get it. But with only a few days in the Big Apple, what if they don't make it?
I think it would be just absolutely gutting if we didn't. But if we had to come back here and not seeing it, absolutely gutted.
Even if you do fly all the way to New York and join the thousands queuing around the block, the chances of seeing the movie in its first week are increasingly unlikely. But some people have guaranteed themselves a place by coming somewhere like this.
Sports Mondial might specialise in flying football, cricket or boxing fans to far-flung places, but now they too are cashing in on the Star Wars frenzy.
Good afternoon, Sports Mondial.
A Phantom Menace weekend starts at £649, but if you can afford it, you're promised a place in movie history.
It's hard to imagine that there'll be a film as big again as Star Wars. This is definitely the biggest film in history. I think it's been the anticipation of this film for 16 years coming out again. There are a lot of people who weren't sure Lucas would do it, and for a lot of these people, going to New York to see Star Wars means as much to them as a Man United fan going to Barcelona, or a fan of an American football team flying over to New York or to America for the Super Bowl.
This is a battle I do not think that we can win.
I will sign no treaty, Senator.
This may be the Star Wars equivalent of the World Cup, but sadly you won't be able to watch the replay on your TV for light years to come. Louise Minchin, BBC News.
I can't wait for that.
It looks great, doesn't it?
Just like a normal journey to work for you, of course. The last tiger died in captivity 63 years ago. Now staff at a museum in Sydney hope the preserved bodies of 2 Tasmanian tiger cubs may contain DNA that allows them to be cloned. And there are only 4 days to go until one of the most hyped films in history hits movie screens in the United States. The Star Wars prequel, The Phantom Menace, doesn't come out here until July, but has already taken hundreds of thousands of pounds in advance sales.
Latest polls.